Hey guys, this is Mr. Pitcher, and today for our e-learning assignment we are going to work on note identification. And so I found a way to integrate this with Canvas, thanks to Mr. Pfeiffer for showing me how to do this actually. But we're going to do some note identification. So ignore this text right now. I am working on making this video before I finished making the assignment. But anyway, what you're going to do is you are going to follow these links to musictheory.net. And you're going to pick your instrument. So if I'm a violin player, I'll click treble clef, alto clef, violas, and bass clef for cellos and basses. And we're going to take a note naming quiz. And so our goal on the quiz is to get at least a score of 18 out of 20. That's a 90%. So that's a A-, pretty strong if we're looking at it that way. But so I'm going to click through. I'm going to do the treble clef one. And you can see that it says challenge mode here. So I'm going to start my challenge, and there's going to be 20 questions. There's no time limit, and you can take it as many times as you need to. But I'm going to start the challenge, and so I'm going to kind of go through and show you what's going on here. So I've got my lines and spaces. I've got my treble clef, and I even found an option to put in some guides here. Now, this can be helpful if you're someone who doesn't have a ton of good note reading experience. This can be really useful for you. So I'm going to click through, and I'm going to click on, okay, that's D, so plays a sound. And this one, right, so I've got E, it doesn't give me the things below the ledger line, so you still got to think and find those out, right? So every line or space, you go down one note name. So if I have an E, it's right below, that's one note down, D. And I'm going to go through this real quick. You guys can watch me if I fail on one. Let me show you what happens if I fail. So it marks that red and says, oh, that's not it. So I got 5 out of 6 right there. 83%. So I'm going to continue, click the right note, and it lets me keep going. That one actually took me a second. Bass player reading treble clef. I have it set to all natural notes for today, but we might add some accidentals in there at some point. And I finished. Yep, maybe. So it lets you do 20 correct answers, and it shows you 20 out of 21. So that's a 95%. So I'm going to actually change that and say we're going to go for at least 90%. So that lets you miss 2 or 3 questions. Now from here, it shows me my time. I got a time of 1:28. Time doesn't matter. I'm going to hit View Report. And then on this report screen, it shows me all my scores, right? So I got 20 out of 21, 95%, how long it took. And then it shows me all these options that I set to, those are just for me to see. And then I got to sign the report. So I'm going to put my name, sign it, and then it gives me this long code that I'm going to ignore. I'm just going to go to copy link, and I click on that, and it gives me a website link. So from there, I'm going to go over to Canvas. And I'm going to go ahead and hit this in student view for a second. And from here, go to my assignments. And then I'm going to click on it. It's not available yet. But what I would do is there is a spot where you can paste that URL. I'm going to copy and paste it. And then that's what you're going to turn in. So that's what we're going to do. So I want to keep this video short and sweet. Thanks for letting me do one take of this. And I will be able to Zoom with you guys still if you have any other questions during this time. So we're gonna have a Zoom for about half hour tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 19th already. And I can answer any other questions you have about this as we go. So I'm going to end it there. Thanks, guys.